Hey everybody, I hope you're doing well out there. I'm just doing a couple of miles of warm-up around the track, getting ready for my intervals. We'll see how it goes. I'm really looking forward to talking to Michael and Jack this week, find out how their training is going. I just hope they're not overdoing it. I know they're probably feeling the butterflies since their 5K race is a little bit more of a competition, head-to-head race. I don't want them burning out too soon during the build-up. Remember guys, take your easy days easy so that you can push hard on your workouts and make them count. If you're always pushing too hard, you'll never make it to that start line. Take my advice. I've hurt myself plenty of times. I speak from experience. But I got confidence in you. Today I'm going to be running 8 400-meter intervals and then finish up, instead of just doing 10 by 400s, I'm going to finish up with 2 by 600s just to start introducing longer intervals to my workouts, since in fact I am training for a 10K. Anyway, thanks for coming along. Here we go. Hey, welcome back everybody. Thank you for being here. As you can see, all three of us have survived our first week of training towards our various goals. Michael and Jack, of course, trying for a sub 25K on December 5th, and I will be training, I am training for a 34:59 or better 10K. And as I said, so far so good. First week of training down. Thank you guys for being here again this week. And what I'd like to do, we're going to start each week just talking about a slightly different specialized topic before we go into the details of each of our training. And what I'd like to do is give Michael and Jack an opportunity to talk about the overall structure for the next 5 weeks that they plan to follow for their training. You know, just so that everybody watching gets an idea of how they might want to structure their own 5K training. You know, where you guys are going to peak, how much mileage increase you expect to cover from week to week, the kind of workouts that are going to be covered, how you balance hard and easy efforts. So Michael and Jack, take it away, whoever wants to start.
Yeah, sure. So I'll start with saying sort of just to give, I guess, this a little bit of context. So my base mileage is around 25 miles a week. So that's where I sort of, that's my starting point, I should say, in a training cycle. So, you know, that consists of a couple easy runs, a workout day, a track workout day, and then a long run on the weekend. And that long run, you know, initially is 10 miles. So, and then I'll build from there. And that's how I've done it in, you know, training for a half marathon. And that's how I'm doing it, you know, now training for this 5K. So I was at 25 miles and I actually increased that to 30 miles, which is probably not the best. I increased it a little too much there, but what I did was I added a 5th day in my training and it was super easy. So I added a Friday. So I run Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, rest day on Thursday, easy day, very easy day on Friday, and then my long runs on Saturday. and just that initial easy day is like 2 miles, I'm running 9-minute pace, just sort of cruising,
That's great. And one point I just kind of want to shine a spotlight on here, Michael, because it's such a great idea. As you increase your mileage from week to week, Michael did it in a very smart way in introducing that extra day of running and that extra mileage that goes beyond what his maximum is. He did it very easy. Whenever you're introducing new mileage, you should always take it easy so that you don't overstrain. So with that said, yeah, Jack, I'd like to know just as far as, not talking about this past week's runs, but specifically about your training plan for the overarching 5 weeks. Is it similar to what Michael's doing?
It's very similar, particularly with the kind of the longer run on Saturday, because with a 3.5-year-old, that's where I could have my time before I have to get him to school. I had the time to actually put in a big run, so gotcha. I do like to get in a big run on the weekends, and I'm also with my I'm involved with F3. The fitness group here, and so I'm actually in charge of a workout area on Monday morning, which happens to be a running area operation, and so it's an hour-long run every Monday. People show up, and so what I'm trying to do is get them accustomed to extending, pushing, just getting into that 60-minute range. So that'll always be the 60-minute run. There's a speed workout in the middle, very similar to Michael, normally on Wednesdays as well. And then in between there, it's kind of like finding that mid-moderate, when I say mid to me is like a 6 to 8 mile run, like a nice steady mid. Okay. And so what I'm trying to do is produce a little bit more of what I'm doing in the week. So maybe that that AO we have on Monday, that 60 minutes, it could be an easy run for me, or if I want to push it, it could be a tempo run for me. It's however I feel like what I need to be doing for what I'm training for. Yeah. The guy who's next to me, he may be training for something else. Maybe he might be training for nothing at all. So that one kind of flexes a little bit on that. I have started adding more since I've started training for the 5K Tuesdays now. That used to be more of a boot camp CrossFit day for me. I'm now sort of shift that day over to a little bit more of the running side. That helps me put the mileage up. It's not really much of a hard run, at least right now. Like Michael and I ran it last week. What do we do, Michael? About 5 miles in the morning there, around his neighborhood. Got some hills, got some good flat land, just to kind of be able to start getting a little bit more. It allows me to get a little bit more mileage in the week, and then really hitting that Wednesday hard with the speed, and then Thursday, taking either a day off or a very light day, and then following it up on Friday either with a really CrossFit for me would be with the F3 workout. It's not as a lot of running detail to it, but it works on upper body, works on abs. Really helps me strengthen those muscles. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Great.
So here is sort of my running calendar and how it's structured with, I have an easy run day, easy runs on Tuesday, then a workout day on Wednesday, easy Friday, then my long run on Saturday, like I said before. But so last week my long run was 12 miles. So coming into this week, and I had 30 miles last week. So this week we'll up to 32 miles, okay. Hopefully. So I'll do 32, then I'll drop back down to 30 because this will be my 3rd week in a row of building mileage. So I'm going to drop it back down. And then that next week after that will be 33 miles, which will be the peak training week. And that's exactly 2 weeks from the race day there.
Well done. Well done. Great idea.
Yeah. So then I'll sort of taper off. And then the long run that next week, probably just being the week before, probably just being in the eight range.
Gotcha. So yeah, so you're well rested and ready to kill it on the track on time trial day. Perfect.
Yeah. Yeah.
Perfect.
So, yeah, and I can talk a little bit about like this week's workout.
Yeah,
Jack,
take us through the past week so that we know the details and can learn from the actual workouts themselves.
Yeah. We had a good workout on Wednesday. We were at the track. So what we did was 5-minute fartlek intervals. Jack was a little faster than I, but I was about 650 pace on, and then 8-ish off.
Cool.
And I was exactly 4 miles in that 30-minute time slot. So it was good. It was tough, but it was a solid workout. I was happy with it afterwards. And then immediately after that, we did 2x400s. So this was just.
So this is on the same day.
Yep. Right.
Okay.
I mean, I think there might've been a minute rest. So this was just to get the legs used to, moving when they're tired.
Yeah. Good for you.
So the 2x400s, I ran a 92 and then a 91, which is basically a 6 flat pace right there, at the end of that.
How did that feel for both of you guys, if you don't mind sharing that?
It felt pretty rough.
Yeah, it was a, it kind of reminded, it took me back to my old, track training days. And, that was kind of the point, you're very tired. Your legs still feel like jello, but it's like, okay, let's keep pushing. Let's try to exceed it a little bit. And, but yeah, I thought that was a very good day for us.
That's awesome. Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah. And that's such a great approach, is sort of saving the toughest for last, because that's when you're going to break down the most muscle fiber and see the most strength gains in the following days, as you, have a couple of easy days in there, and, hopefully get enough rest and eat well. And by the time you guys do this again next week, you'll see the difference. You'll feel it'll be easier to do the same thing next week. Yeah,
for sure. And then I had a solid long run yesterday. I ran 12 miles. I kept it pretty easy. It says 8:55 pace. I was in the 8s for a little bit. Then I dropped it back to low 9s because it's fairly hilly. And then my last mile I ran at 8:18, so I sped up a little bit. I was kind of ready to get it over with, but it felt pretty good. I wasn't too bad.
Cool, man. Well, this looks like a solid week for you, Michael. And, awesome. And I'm going to ask this question. If you want me to chop it out, I will, but I have to at least ask it. Are you trying to lose weight, or are you just maintaining, or where are we?
Yeah, I'm trying to lose weight. So I would like to drop about 5 pounds in the 5 weeks that we have. Yeah, so we'll see. Gotcha. Okay. Well, thank you, sir. And Jack, I want to hand the mic over to you, as it were, and give you the opportunity to walk us through your training week with the specific workout information as well.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I can. I'll just kind of talk through mine. It might just be kind of very simple, because the Wednesday workout, Michael already hit that on us. I think a couple other ones that I make note of is Monday morning, the early one. I did a little over 6 miles that day. I was actually it was a run, but I took it as a little bit of a recovery run. As we talked about last week, I had just ran that really crazy thing that my group of my friends and I did with the 12-mile with boot camps. I inserted into the 12-mile race. So I was still a little sore on Monday, but was able to nicely shake that out. Came back out Wednesday. We hit the track, felt good there. And that's kind of where a little bit later in the day, though, is where I felt that little bit of that tenderness in that hamstring. And so so I started paying a little bit more close attention to that. Did not run on Thursday to get that rested. Friday, I started feeling a little bit better. I was probably a little bit. I went out probably a little bit harder than I probably should have. I ran another 6 miles on that day, and I was in the upper sevens per mile on that one. And again, about 2 hours later, felt that same soreness in my leg, and so I said, well, it's not like it's not like it's detrimental because I can still run, I can still walk, but I'm like, I need to pay close attention to this. And so I warmed up. I got up early to run with Michael on Saturday. I did the warm-ups, but it kind of just tells you, it says, I don't want to injure myself. And so I opted into doing a really cool alternate workout on the elliptical, where I did some intervals on the elliptical. And so it was a really crazy hard thing where you start off on a certain resistance, a certain incline, you go for an hour, you take 3 minutes at a moderate pace, and then you go follow by 2 minutes at hard pace. And then you flip, you knock everything up a level, and then you do it all over again. So you do it for an hour. So and I actually looked at that because I know Michael, you're a big heart rate guy. And so I was like looking at my heart rate after the elliptical workout versus the running, and the elliptical one is actually much harder, much higher. So fortunately I was able to get in, I had opportunity to get in a good workout in, keep the aerobic up despite not being able to actually run on Saturday. So I felt very good about that, and was able to rest the muscle some. Rested today, did some stretches, and it's feeling good to at least start going back out to get some work done this week.
Cool. So I don't want to get too far into talking about what is going to be next week's installment of this video, but when is your next run day? Like, are you giving yourself Monday off so that you can get that muscle back in shape?
No, I am. I'll be back out there tomorrow at 5. It's the AO run with F3. It's the route's about it's a 6 mile, another 6 miler. But I'm going to take it probably a little bit more of an easier pace than I normally have, and really continue to evaluate. Pay attention to the leg as I'm running, and not try to get too carried away with, at least tomorrow, what's the splits and what's all this looking like. It's really just to get through the run, feel good, not only when you're done with the run, but when it's lunchtime and you get up from the desk, that you don't feel like your legs are going to fall off. So that's the goal tomorrow.
Yeah. Okay. Good stuff. Yeah. So, I mean, this is a great learning opportunity, and for all of the new runners who do watch the channel. So that's the big takeaway I want everybody to learn from Jack's experience here is if you're feeling the beginning of what could be an injury, even if it's just like discomfort, if you feel a pull, but it doesn't seem like it's that big a deal right now, that's your warning sign. Don't keep pushing, because if you keep pushing hard, that's when you're going to cross the line from it being a little niggle that you could take care of with a couple of days rest. And, that's, you're at a fork in the road at that point. You can keep pushing hard, and by this time next week, you'll be telling us you have an injury, or you can lay off and just slow that pace right down. Go out to your runs, but don't stress anything. You just think of them as junk miles. I don't believe in that term at all. I think any running is good running, but just lay off. By the time next weekend comes, hopefully you'll be feeling awesome again, and you'll be pushing as hard as you want to.
Yeah, thank you. And it's easier said than done, because I'm telling you, I am a hardhead. I am a hardheaded, and it took all I could do is to I'm going to make it out there. I'm going to run this 12 miles on Saturday. And I was like, I could get through this 12 miles, but I might be out the entire week and miss next week. And so I was like, okay, when you start to really think about that, kind of, it puts it in perspective, and you really need to think and, make sure you're healthy first and really take advantage of rest days and keep, because there's like one thing I've learned, and I did not learn when I was in high school and college, is the rest days are just as important as your speed days, and
Big
they're
time,
there
yeah.
for a reason. And so we're trying to pay better attention to those, right, Mike?
Well, I'm glad to hear that. There's a lot of wisdom in what you just said. So good stuff. And I hope that you get the rest and everything you need to be feeling 100% as soon as possible, obviously. So awesome. I'm just glad to hear that you're approaching it in that smart way. So guys, just to kind of give you a quick wrap up of what my week looked like this week. I thought it was just going to be another run-of-the-mill week for me. I'd run, for anybody who's new to the channel, new to these training things, I run 7 days a week. I don't take days off. So since we're, since Michael and I in the last round, we're training for a 5K, and since I'm training for a 10K this time around, that means relatively low weekly mileage for me. This past week, I ran 58 miles, and I will be over the length of this 5-week training period. I'll probably max out. I probably won't ever get over 70 miles. 3 or 4 weeks from now will be my top mileage week, but generally my weeks will all have the same structure from day to day. Monday, easy day. I ran 6 miles. Easy, which for me is like 8-minute miles, or anywhere between 8 minutes and 8:30 miles. There's no pushing involved. I don't even look at my watch when I'm running those. I'm just running for the sake of running and feeling good the whole time. Tuesdays, lately, with these lower mileage training blocks, is also a rest day for me. And then I try to hit Wednesdays hard. That's my track interval day. However, this week, Wednesday was cold and rainy here. It was, and we are getting sort of the last vestiges of coastal storm that was blowing through the Charlotte area. So I couldn't go outside or hit the track. So, sorry guys, getting a pop up here. So I couldn't go outside on Wednesday. So my first inclination was to do my intervals on my treadmill. And as I was telling Jack a little bit earlier, that wasn't such a great idea, because the maximum speed on that treadmill is 12 miles an hour. And I was trying to take it up to 11.5 miles an hour. And it was a little bit scary. The noises coming out of the machine didn't sound healthy. So I gave up on that idea pretty quick, and just did 7 miles easy on Wednesday. So three easy days in a row. Was really playing with my head. I was kind of like, uh-oh, here it is, the first week of training, and I'm already blowing my schedule. So Thursday was unfortunately another treadmill workout. And I went 10 miles, ramped up to 8.8 miles per hour in the first 1.3 miles, held that through the 3rd mile, and then from miles 4 through 10, I increased my speed by 0.1 miles per hour. Michael's used to hearing this story. Every mile. So that by the time I got to mile 10, I was moving at 9.5. And then for the last half a mile, I bumped it up to 9.6 miles an hour. And I always try to wear myself out. So that's kind of, for me, Wednesdays, or I should say Thursdays, are kind of a hybrid tempo / speed day. I kind of do a little of both in that same workout. Then Friday, I took it easy. Saturday was beautiful. It was like low 60s. So I finally made it to the track, and I did 8 times 400 meters. And it was anywhere this week. The first one was like 82 seconds, and then I brought it down to like 78 seconds for the last couple. And then after those 8 by 400s, I did 2 by 600s. And so a lap and a half around the track twice, just to kind of wear myself out, to kind of save the hardest for last. And that was more of just an experiment to see what kind of times I was capable of, because I didn't know what to expect. It was my first 600 intervals. So I think I ran the first one in 2 minutes and 23 seconds, and then the next one at 2 minutes and 19 seconds. And I didn't feel like I was pushing it hard on either one of those. So my guess is that next week I'll probably add in some more 600s and try to bring that time value way down, because like I said, I was more just trying to find my feet under me and know what was a comfortable pace for those 600s this week. So I'll probably push harder. But and then today I went out for 16 miles, easy. Didn't push at all. I think the whole run took me like 2 hours and 13 minutes, I think. So I was like running 8:15s the whole time. It was like, I was just running because I didn't want to push hard because of track workout having been not just 24 hours ago. Yeah. So I just wanted to cover the distance. So that's it for me. I feel good. Like I said, I think it was 58 miles total on the week. I'll be running 65 miles next week. And with any luck, my speed day will return to Wednesday, my interval workout, so that I can do that sort of mid-long run with speed on Friday. Yeah. And be better rested to kind of push my luck harder on my long run, which will be 18 miles next week. So there it is, folks.
Hopefully we'll have a good week. It's going to be a little cool. The coldest run of the year tomorrow thus far. Really? I think the run time at about, I just checked, we launch at 5 in the morning, so it'll be I think about 35, 36 degrees. So man. Michael might actually have to put on a t-shirt, but I'll be in my tights and my hat. So
wow, cool. All right. Yeah, I think I'll save my run for afternoon then.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jack always gives me a hard time because I'm always either shirtless or
shirtless on his 40 degrees.
Good stuff, guys. Cool. Well, thanks for joining me and thanks for sharing. And everybody stay tuned. We'll have more for you next week. Hopefully some more wisdom and some more good stories from the track and from the roads. So until then, everybody, get healthy, stay strong, and keep pushing. Peace out. Bye-bye.